So I'm working on a 9600 here, and I broke the feeder house chain drive shaft off the top feeder house shaft. And I was thinking I was gonna have to take the feeder house off, which isn't a real big deal on these 9600s, but I didn't want to have to deal with it because I'm working on it by myself. So I got to looking at it, and it's really fairly simple. It's dirty and stuff, but everything on a combine is. You just pop this top inspection plate off of the very top of the feeder house, and it pretty much just, I think it's 2 bolts and it comes right out. And then the cylinder inspection plate, or access cover, whatever you want to call it, there's just a bolt on each side. Take those 2 bolts out and it'll drop out of there. Then that gives you the room to unbolt the bolts on the pads that go onto the spindles that run through the bearings. There's one on each side, and you can rotate this. You can rotate the shaft and take the bolts out. And then if you have all those covers removed, it gives you enough room to, of course you got to take the chain off, but it gives you enough room to roll it back into the cylinder. And then I just use 2 2x4s to roll it back on, and then you can just pick it up and curl it out of there. It's actually pretty simple. I got to this point in about an hour. Not quite an hour, actually. But the mystery is solved. You don't have to take the feeder house off to change that shaft. It's actually, honestly, I didn't think it was too terrible, especially for a combine. But this is, now the later 9600s are a little different. This is, my serial number starts with 637. This is like the first generation. I'm sure it's the same on the 94 and 9500. But like I said, you can fully accessible to take it out without taking the feeder house off, especially if you're working by yourself. Now I did drop the chain down the feeder house. You probably be easier to tie the chain up, but I was in a hurry, so I got to thread that back up, which probably ain't going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, hope this helps, and we'll go from there. Thanks.